Run it up, then run it back. Run it up, then run it back. Run it up, run it back. Run it up, then run it back. Yeah.
Good morning. We've made it to Thursday. Look at us, run it back. Boogie, Lou, Chandler, Michelle. We're all here. Guys, we had some breaking news, 20 minutes ago, maybe. Very, very early here on the West Coast, but it's happening.
Shams.
That boy Shams didn't probably sleep at all. LaMelo Ball traded to the Minnesota Timberwolves for Naz Reid and a whole bunch of draft capital for like the next decade. Immediate thoughts to the move, Boogie. I will start with you.
A bit of a shock. The news kind of broke last night or a couple of days ago as far as, there being some conversations around LaMelo Ball. So I didn't expect it to happen as quickly as it did. Didn't expect to wake up to it this morning. But obviously the news broke. But I think it's a great move for Minnesota. They've been in search of a point guard to pair with Anthony Edwards. This is a fun, exciting point guard. Fun playmaker, plays with a lot of, fun, good, energetic energy. So I think, that'll be a good mesh with him and Ant, two charismatic type of players. I think that could be something really special, something maybe the league haven't seen in a while. I think it can open up Anthony Edwards' game a lot as far as the way they pick up the pace. LaMelo plays with a pretty fast pace, so I expect their team to play a lot faster. I'm basing off where their roster is right now. I'm assuming they go with a 3-guard lineup and add Ayo in there as well, possibly move McDaniels to the 4. And like I said, I think this is a team that's looking to play a lot faster than they were before. So this could be a plus for them.
All right, Chandler. Immediate thoughts.
A bit confused, to be honest with you. Like, I know they need a point guard.
I was like, what's going on?
Are you frozen?
Well,
Glitch?
I know they need a point guard, right? And you hear the John Morants, you hear the Kyrie Irvings, and obviously the Charlotte Hornets have been shopping LaMelo Ball for quite some time now. At the expense of Naz Reid and basically Julius Randle, I just don't know if this makes them better. I think LaMelo Ball is exciting. I think he's young. I think it's a great backcourt that they can have for years to come, that they got to have to obviously figure out the chemistry and how to play. And like Boog just said, there's a chance they go 3-guard lineup with Ayo and put Jaden at the 4 and Rudy at the 5. But it's just confusing to me because, first of all, Rudy was always the guy that they wanted to, I feel like you heard in trade rumors. Then they trade the other their 2 power forwards. Now Rudy's basically the only big on their roster. So I don't think they're done yet. I think this could be the second after Julius Randle big move that they can make, but they can't just go into the season with one big and Rudy Gobert, especially with all the guys they're going to have to go through the West, going through Jokic, going through Wemby, going through Chet. Like they're going to need some size to add there. But as far as LaMelo Ball, listen, he's exciting. He's hell of a talent. He can put up a lot of good numbers, and he's filling a hole that this team needs. Now there's just another hole that they need that I think is more major than what they needed in the first place. So I'm happy that he gets a fresh start. I know Chris Finch is a great coach, and he will bring the best out of him and keep him professional and kind of keep, maturing him as a player and as a man. But I just don't know if it moves the needle for me, honestly, for Minnesota to go say now they're better than those other teams ahead of them in the West. I really don't.
Okay.
Yeah, that remains to be seen whether they make some noise or not. But I say well done, Minnesota. And the reason I say that is they needed a point guard, right? They went out and they got one. Now, was it their preference? Who knows? From what I understand, they were making phone calls. They were trying to get every point guard of all-star caliber that was available. Kyrie Irving was at play for a second, but I think Rudy Gobert was in those conversations. And at the end of the day, they decided to go in a different direction, and they landed on LaMelo Ball. If you want an all-star point guard to pair with your all-star 2/3, that's what you do. That's what you go out and get. You get the best available guy. And LaMelo Ball was one of a few point guards that's out there. You got Ja, you got Kyrie, and you got Charlotte that was shopping LaMelo, and they landed on LaMelo. So, whether his maturity or not will be challenged or helped with Coach Finch, who knows? But from a basketball standpoint, I like it. You needed a point guard. You went out and got a point guard. I don't love the fact that they had to get rid of Naz Reid to do it. I thought he was one of their cornerstone guys that, he fit the identity of what Minnesota was trying to build. But, when you fall short, you got to create a new identity and you got to go in a different direction. And Minnesota has proven they're willing to put themselves in that position by gambling and trying different things, by getting rid of Naz Reid and getting rid of Julius Randle and bringing in LaMelo Ball at the same time.
So correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm sort of listening to you guys here, Lou, you don't feel like this brings them closer to being legit title contenders? It feels like that's not happening here.
I don't listen. This trade ain't 30 minutes old, right? So I haven't really been able to digest
Process
everything. I know when trades get made, some teams look crazy on paper and some teams look amazing on paper, right? With this one, who knows what it's going to look like? At the end of the day, it's Anthony Edwards' basketball team. When he's at the head of the team, they always got an opportunity to win some games. Now he needs a great supporting cast, and he needs guys to be able to get their hands dirty and roll with him. The way that Minnesota plays is kind of unpredictable. It's kind of fast. You kind of don't know what you're going to get out of them. One thing you do know is they're going to play hard. When you bring a LaMelo Ball in and he understands that, he understands the culture, I think you get the best version out of him. So I'm optimistic about it.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
I agree with you on that part, Lou. You speak about LaMelo's immaturity, but this is a different, setup for him. In Charlotte, that was his team. He was the leader of that team. Everything kind of went as he went. In Minnesota, he's now having to follow somebody else, which is, now Anthony Edwards. So when you think of those immaturity issues, I think you can kind of put those to rest because we know who the leader of this team is now. He's now having to follow behind Anthony Edwards, which I believe, could be a positive for him. So I do like the pairing. I think this improves LaMelo as a basketball player, playing, meaningful basketball, playing with a leader like Anthony Edwards. And, also a leader that, has a lot of character to him as well. So in a way, LaMelo will still be able to kind of be himself, but in a more, I guess you could say, filtered way. So I think this is a plus for LaMelo and the Minnesota Timberwolves. As far as the roster, they could go with the 3-guard lineup and move McDaniels to the 4, have Rudy as that 5, still kind of be able to spread the floor out more. Or this could be a sign that this team isn't done making moves yet, which I also believe. I agree. It's kind of disappointing for them to have to get rid of a guy like Naz Reid. I also thought he was a core piece of that team, and I thought he played well next to Anthony Edwards, and also being able to be that stretch big at times for them throughout the game. But if it isn't the small guard, the 3-guard lineup, then obviously this team is still making a lot of moves to improve this team.
Yeah, I don't think they're done. And I think why I'm confused too is once we saw the Julius Randle piece in that move, it was like, okay, Naz Reid, now you're the starting power forward. Now here's your opportunity. You've waited for this. Like now you're getting this promotion, and now they trade him. So I think that's why part of the reason why I just didn't understand the Naz Reid aspect of it, especially when they have so many guards that, even a sign and trade with like an Ayo or a DiVincenzo or someone like that. I think Naz Reid is just super valuable to this team and this roster. Now, I do agree with this. It's a completely different roster as Charlotte. Like LaMelo Ball is going to have vets. He's going to have, and there's going to be some more moves made, I think, but he's going to have the Kyle Andersons and the Mike Conleys and the Rudy Goberts. Like those are real vet presence that have been in the league for a very, very long time that LaMelo Ball hasn't necessarily had in his career to hold him accountable. And he doesn't have to be the best player on the floor. He won't be the best player on the floor because Anthony Edwards will be next to him. So I think that will also just calm him down, bring the best out of him. Let him play make. Let him just straight up play point guard and get Jaden going, get Ayo going. Let Anthony Edwards kind of have the keys and take turns and have a more balanced, offensive approach than he has in Charlotte, in his first couple of years. But listen, like we all just said, they needed a point guard. They went and got a young point guard that's been an all-star that can put up a lot of numbers and is going to sell tickets. It's going to be fun. Like we always talk about the league pass teams, like, man, this backcourt, it's going to be electric. It's going to be fun. There's going to be a lot of Sports Center top 10 plays coming out of LaMelo Ball and Anthony Edwards. So I like it. I just don't know if it moves the needle for them being better than Houston, Denver, Lakers, Spurs, and OKC. I just don't know yet.
Yeah, like I said, I'm optimistic because at the end of the day, for me, it always comes to a point with young players that winning is what matters. They start seeing their peers have a certain level of success. They start seeing guys kind of pass them up and get into a place in their career, and they're like, you know what? I need that for me. I need those opportunities for myself. And I think LaMelo Ball is right there in that sweet spot. You make a great point, Chandler. In Charlotte, that was his team. And when you have coach after coach after coach, roster change after roster change, that puts you into a mindset where, like, if they ain't serious, why am I serious? Until we can figure this out, I'm going to do what I want to do. Now, when you go to Minnesota and you look at a team with Ant-Man and you look at Chris Finch, they are dead set on becoming one of the teams coming out of the West. They want to be part of that conversation. So going into that, knowing that and having that mindset, I think we see a rejuvenated, we see a fine-tuned LaMelo Ball and somebody that you can really match up with Ant-Man and Rudy Gobert and McDaniels, and they make some serious noise. So everything that we know about LaMelo Ball and Charlotte, I say we put that to the back and we give him a fresh start until he shows us different. Because like I said, I'm optimistic about him going into a new conference, not just a new team, but a new conference that you can't play around. And it's not a joke.
Yeah.
You saw how he performed in the playoffs. He was there. He was there. He did his thing,
yeah.
right? And so now when you go to another conference and you see how serious that conference is about getting their name straight,
Welcome.
I think LaMelo Ball is going to fit right in with that.
And it's a great point, too, because he's going to be in the playoffs. Like, he's on a good team now.
Mm-hmm.
There's expectation. Like, he's going to be on a relevant team. He's not just going to be this young, immature guard that we've talked about in the past that just puts up numbers on a bad team. Now he's on a really good team that's going to be in the postseason, and he's going to play when it matters the most. And he hasn't really had that opportunity yet in Charlotte. So I'm happy for him that he is going to be playing when basketball matters the most into the playoffs, because this team is good. When you have Anthony Edwards, anything is possible. I just think this team needs to make a couple more moves and they need to beef up the front court, because literally Rudy Gobert is their only big on the roster, which is tough.
Yeah. I know the
they got rid
Naz
of
Reid
both
thing's
of them.
crazy. Can I ask you guys this? I mean, have we given any consideration to the real winners of this? The folks, the men and women who cover the Minnesota Timberwolves on a daily basis and are at shoot around every single day. They are about to have the most fun covering one between Anthony Edwards and LaMelo Ball. You say we're gonna get stuff on the court that's awesome. We're gonna get sound bites that we've never gotten before in our entire lives. And I think we should shout out those guys.
Also, we haven't even talked about Charlotte. Like, does Charlotte get better, like, with Naz Reid? Like, they have this young, fun core. It's like, I think it's kind of a lateral move for them, too. It doesn't really move the needle for them in the Eastern Conference, too. I love Naz Reid. You think they got a lot better?
That's a big
Like,
one. A lot better.
I like them with LaMelo, but also with Naz Reid and that style of play. They've been able to get the best out of their stretch fours over there. Like, those guys have been some of the stars of Charlotte when you look at it. So Naz Reid fitting into that, and we just started talking about mentality and mindset. Remember, in the end of the playoffs with Minnesota, we just talking about Melo. Naz Reid had some frustration on his face and his demeanor as well. There was some frustration there. So maybe a fresh start for him with a group that's so young and that's ready to get involved in what's going on in the Eastern Conference. I think this is a perfect fit for Naz Reid. Sorry, I hear my remote or accident. So
And by the way, Kobe White was a great addition for them late last season too. But now they need a point guard too, so don't think they're going to be done either.
That was going to be my next question. As far as we talked about, Charlotte, did they get better? Well, yeah, they had a certain style of play, and stretch fours would play really great in that style of play. But most of that style of play was created by LaMelo Ball. So now that you remove that piece, they are kind of missing that point guard. Yeah, Kobe White could slide in, but I don't think it's the same type of gravity that, LaMelo Ball created when he had the ball in his hand. So I do think it's a new look for the Charlotte Hornets. Maybe they try to, copy that same style of play with whoever they try to bring in, or if they promote Kobe White to that position. But like I said, it's just not the same gravity as it was with LaMelo Ball with the ball in his hand. So it could be a new look for the Charlotte Hornets as well.
Isn't Christian Anderson, wasn't that Zach Harper's guy?
I was gonna say,
that was his guy.
They got the big fella from Washington, the German that grew up with his daddy played with Dirk, and then they got Christian Anderson, who our guy just said is possibly to steal the draft. So he's going to get an immediate opportunity. But I still think they need kind of that vet point guard, because obviously they have Brandon Miller. Khan had a great rookie year. They got some size with Musa and Kalkbrenner. Like, Bridges is still there. Like, they have a lot of talent, but now they need to fill that roster out and get a vet point guard.
I would assume Bridges is on the move now too.
Yeah, I don't think they're done either.
If you bring Naz Reid in, I assume Bridges is out the way. So
There's nothing like a 6:20 a.m. news job, honestly, because we're up so early. Like, I love that. It makes me feel like the world's alive.
Honestly, Beads, that's a good point. The real winner is Christian Anderson. He gets drafted first round, and they trade their franchise point guard, and now he gets a great opportunity right away.
You get the ball, kid. Team. Go. I know. Yeah. I'm excited for Zach to be right for once. Austin Reaves had a day yesterday, and if that golf course picture is legit, I love it so much. Apparently, he found out about this thing while he was out in the course. Shams breaking the news yesterday. 4 years, 185. Now that is the max of what anybody else could give him. Lakers could have given him 5, but 4 at 185. Dear Lord, player option, Chandler. It's such a great story because I still think back to his cup money going towards golf, and now I'm like, well, now you can be a member anywhere in the world. Truly.
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. Listen, the kid has deserved it. His path, his road to get to where he was this season is truly unbelievable. From transferring colleges to not being a high recruit, a two-way guy, undrafted. Like, the fact that he has just signed this deal is huge. I think it's going to give a good story for younger kids in the younger generation to never give up and to continue. But that's a whole other story. The Lakers did it because he averaged 23 points and 6 assists and 5 rebounds. Like, his numbers statistically deserve that contract. Now, when you look at the landscape of their team, does he work with Luka? Is it enough to now move the needle to compete now that you locked him in? We'll have to wait and see that. I know when they all played together last year, they were pretty good. And even still, they would end up the 4th seed, which I feel like kind of exceeded all expectations in that Western Conference. But I'm super hyped for Austin. Again, I don't know if it moves the needle and makes them a contender, but it's a move that they had to do this free agency because they're not going to get anybody better. Austin Reaves is beloved here in LA. He's a great culture guy. He's a great locker room guy. And like I said, the dude's coming off a career year. We were talking about him as a possible all-star for some time this year in the Western Conference, which is loaded. So happy for him. I think the Lakers did the right thing. They had to pay him. Who knows if he stays there now forever. I heard Detroit was going to give him even more if he wanted to leave, which I think would have been a great fit. But I'm sure he's stoked to stay here in LA with a $185 million contract. That's awesome. I just hope it works out, and I hope we can see that 3 that we didn't see so much on the court last year on the court this year and have a great year again.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Boogie.
I'm happy for AR. I want all players to get paid, get their money, make as much as they possibly can. At the end of the day, this is what this business is about. So, congratulations to him. But on the other side of it, you look at this Lakers squad, was this the right move for them moving forward? So I think they answered everybody's question as far as, are they going to move forward with their two-headed monster of AR and Luka? Obviously, that answer is yes. So it makes you think, what else to go along with this squad? What does this do for LeBron James now? Is it even a possible thing? So all of those things are now, more at the forefront of this for me as far as what this squad decides to do with the rest of their roster. But obviously they're committed to their guys, which is, okay. If they think this is going to work and put them in a position to win a championship, I'm all for it. But I like to see how the rest of this roster plays out moving forward.
Fair enough. That is very fair. Guys, we got a guest on now. So we're going to go to him right now. Owner of the Utah Jazz, Ryan Smith. Kind of feel like I know you, dude, through Chandler. So it's good to see you.
That's Gaza Ranch. That's Gaza Ranch if I've ever seen it.
Nice.
I don't know what the big deal is about Austin's position on that golf course. I've seen Chandler in that position a lot.
I'm sure you have.
Usually mine's
been stealing money since day one.
Signing $185 million.
So, by the way, draft is done, man. How are you feeling?
Oh man, it's good for a little bit of an off season here, but it was good. I like the draft. I like where we end up. We're super excited in Utah about DP. I thought Danny, Austin, Will, I thought they did a really good job in coming together. And look, I think you need a little bit of luck in the NBA, and getting the second draft spot was something we needed in Utah.
Was it a tough decision on Peterson? Like, were you guys sort of fluctuating between a couple guys, like maybe Boozer, or you were set? Something happened and you were set.
No, I think if you look at these 3 guys, obviously we know AJ really close there in Utah, and man, like if you look the last, maybe 3 out of the last 6 years, and maybe possibly the years going forward, you basically had 3 number 1 picks there. All at different positions a little bit. So I think it was kind of dealer's choice on how you wanted to go. DP was definitely number 1 pick for most of the year. And then, as we got into it, we were in a pretty good spot. So we liked it. We loved Darren. We love what he can do. He slides in perfectly next to Keontae. And if you look at, adding Jaren Jackson Jr., that was probably pretty fortuitous on timing, as you kind of see how all this played out, not knowing where we'd be in the draft lottery. It was, it's pretty cool to see what we're building. We're excited.
Yeah, Ryan, I had a little feeling that maybe with the Walker Kessler situation that you were going to go with Boozer, because I know he's kind of the more NBA ready player. But my question is, who told Carlos that you weren't taking him? Was it you? Was it Danny? How'd that conversation go? Like, yeah, we're taking Peterson, dude. We're not taking your son.
Well, first of all, Danny's got 47 years in the league, and if you count how many of those types of conversations he's had, it's pretty crazy. To be honest with you, like, I love everything about the Boozer family. Like Carlos has been it's been an interesting process because he's got this confidence about his boy, but his boy stands alone. Anyone who's met Cam Boozer, he's a contagious personality. And, I loved our conversations with him. He's going to be fine wherever he ends up. And I think they all know that. I mean, he was the youngest player in the draft, but he's going to be a veteran on whatever team he shows up on day one.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree. But I think you got the best available player at 2 with Peterson. And the comparisons are crazy. They're comparing him to young Kobe Bryant. And I think he's got a lot of talent. But how do you feel about that when you hear that? And do you think you just got a centerpiece franchise player for the next 10 years in Darren Peterson?
Yeah, I mean, when I hear all that, I'm just like, whoa, all right.
Yes.
So we got 19 years old. No, we definitely have a centerpiece. I think if you look at our roster with Ace Bailey, Keontae, Walk, and then you kind of have a little bit more veteran approach with Jaren and Lowry, who were just two of the greatest dudes. You're kind of in this unique timeline spot where it's like, whoa, we have a little bit of everything kind of coming together. And I think, Darren's got some great youth around him to play hard and energy, but also some veterans in there that can, teach him how to be. But he's a mature kid. I mean, that's the one thing you'll see. I think he's pretty misunderstood. You go back through and look at the interviews, how he's handled his media, everything there. Like, he knows what's up. He knows what the narrative is around it. And I just love, you guys know as players, I mean, motivation comes in weird ways. And, whether it's in the business world or anything else, like you got to have a reason to get up and fight every day. And I love the chip on the shoulder this guy has. So that's exciting for me. And I hope he keeps it, I hope that's something that doesn't go away anytime soon. I hope he remembers that he was the number 2 pick for a really long time. And I think there's a lot to prove. And, he came out and said, I want to play 82. Let's go.
Yeah.
That's real.
Ryan, I want to ask you
go ahead.
I want to ask as a team owner, how involved are you in these decisions? I know you gave, Danny and the guys a lot of credit for the job that they did, but you personally, how involved were you in this process?
Yeah, I've said it before, like being in this position, if I look over my career and I'm somewhat on the younger side, at the bottom from an age standpoint of owners, but like for me, it's all about the team and the nucleus that we're putting together, which includes like me and Will and Austin and DA. That's our group. And I got to be a team player and they got to be a team player. And I think, the second I took over in ownership, everyone was asking, how are you going to be? How are you going to be involved? How is this going to go? And I'm just more of a feel player. Like there's stuff I care about and there's stuff that Austin cares about a lot. But what matters is that we're locked in and we're locked in together. There's no ego in our room, which is actually really, really cool because, I've told this story that I hired Austin and told Danny he had to go work for his son, go figure it out. And if you think about someone who's a Hall of Famer, won championships, got 3 different rings, has seemed to do everything from TNT to coaching to GM and like been successful at everything he's done. For him to be like, yeah, look, I just want to focus on the scouting, the player management, help with the coach. Like, I have a lot to give still. And, you know, so I just sit back and I'm sitting here going, okay, how can I be helpful? How can I be a voice? But at the same time, if you guys got it and you're all aligned, who the hell am I to go in and say, hey, like, I've done something wrong if I've hired these 3 people and they're aligned and I'm not. And I think you can screw a lot up. I mean, I remember Danny coming in. I mean, Danny loves new owners. He's just like, let's go. Right? Like, and so part of that's like I'm a voice, but I've got who I think's the GOAT sitting here training me and advising me and being a mentor. And if I look at the rest of my business life, like I've always collected these people around me. Like, where's the 65-year-old or the 60-year-old who's been through it and seen around the corners that I haven't seen and maybe can help? And there's no guarantees, but like life's too short to have an ego, and it's not about me. I mean, I think I was cool in high school. Like, I'm cool. It's all right. Like, I'm fine. Like, I want them to get it right. So like in the second round last night, they were working on a bunch of stuff, and I was good with wherever they take it. Now, if they're not aligned, I've told you this before. I'll jump in. Yeah.
I've told you this before, Ryan. That makes you different because most NBA owners, it's their way or the highway. They pay these guys all millions of dollars and they don't trust their opinion or don't take their opinion. But when you see this Darren Peterson situation and, okay, he's only meeting with Washington, he's not going to work out with us. Is that when you step in and be like, okay, I'm going to go meet this guy? Because did you end up meeting with him, right? You guys went to him?
Yeah, our group went out, but it's something that, I mean, there's reasons why those narratives take off. And, you know, the one thing in the NBA is a lot of times, I think we all have to do this. We all have to sit back and be like, okay, that's out there. I've never been in a business where so much is untrue. That's out there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like it's just like completely untrue. Like, and then you've got like your mother-in-law reading something. Can you believe this? And I'm like, oh my word. Like, it's just, and I try to explain to other consumers, like, of regular news out there in the world. I was like, hey, if the rest of the world's anything like the NBA that's out there and how much is untrue, like we met with Darren at the combine. Darren was awesome in the interview. You know, Darren wanted to go number 1. Everyone wants to go number 1. Okay. But by the way, we had 3 different top guys come in. I don't even call it a workout. I call it dinner. I didn't even go. I'm like, okay, I'll go to dinner with you because there's no sweat. There's no nothing. They're sitting down with Will watching film. They put on their jersey to check out the size and everything. They take a couple of pictures. They call it a workout, but no one's doing like the 3-minute run to see how fast they can go up and down the court. Like these aren't workouts at this point. If we haven't done our work, by the time they get to Utah, like, what are we doing?
Something's wrong.
You know, something's wrong.
Enough.
Like, and so I think there's a lot of emphasis going in on the workout. And I would argue that a lot of times the combine's very much the same way. It's like, we've got a body of work. I mean, we saw what DP did in the first half against BYU up close. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was insane. Like that's the workout.
Yeah. Good point.
Ryan, when you look at the talent on your roster, do you believe the Jazz have a chance of being a playoff team next season?
Yeah, I don't want to set expectations, but like we need to start winning, right? Like, I think that's kind of where we're at. You know, when we took over, I took over what was the number 1 team in the regular season, and it was interesting. Like, my first day was like post-COVID. We were kind of into COVID, and I had like 2 weeks to get a deal done with Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell. And, you know, it was really complicated because normally you have a long time to do this, but that team came out. We were number 1 in the regular season the first year and just got bounced early. And then same thing happened again. You know, the Trey Mann, LA Clippers situation, if you remember that game.
I was a part of it.
And yeah,
I love that.
That's where we lost our soul a little bit, but that's part of hoops. And then we had to start over. So it's really not the way you want to come in and start your 10-year for our ownership group. Is like tear it all down. And I'm a pretty competitive person. I like to win. You know, Danny's about as competitive as any human on the planet. And we're just at this phase where it's like, okay, we want to go, but we want to do it the right way. And so I think we're in a pretty good spot. Like, we've got a lot of the good pieces. We got to be patient. We know who we're competing against, which is pretty clear for the next few years. And I think, you know, our roster offers a little bit of a different look. And I think that's a good thing.
Ryan, we're up against it real quick, though. Walker Kessler obviously is a big piece. Do we expect him to come back? What's the situation like there?
We love Walker. He's a big piece of where we're going.
All right, I like that. That's perfect. Short and sweet. We'll take it. By the way, I hope you humble Chandler on the courses because he needs it. One of the worst people I've ever known. Okay, good, Ryan.
Yeah, I'm gonna put him in that Austin Reaves position where he's laying down.
Please.
But
and then put
the money's coming the other way,
so we can enjoy it. Thanks, man. We appreciate it so much.
Right.
Thanks, bro.
All right, we'll be right back.
We'll see it.
Run it up, run it back.
We know that Coach Cal is like setting up right now because he's going to be on here in a second with Darius Acuff, we hope. So we're going to talk to them about the draft and the craziness. Second round wrapped up last night. By the way, Chandler, do you watch the second round like you watch the first round, or does it lose its cool?
No, I didn't watch it yesterday. How about every second round pick was traded besides one?
It was a lot. Like, I flipped it on, and it was every time before they made the announcement, it was like, we have a trade. I was like, oh, that's where my brain turns off.
I was following on my phone too, because I was waiting on the kids that were there, like Isaiah Evans, and they, thank God they went early. But then the Vassar from North Carolina kept falling. He was projected first round pick. I hate those situations.
I don't like that either. But it's, you know what? In a good way, maybe
he had an offer.
Use it.
He had an offer for $5.5 million to go back to UNC, and went like 52nd in the draft. Like, it's crazy. Like,
I'd be like, I changed my mind. Can I change my mind and go back?
I'd appeal that.
So a lot of people, this is obviously, you know, star power in this class will always still be determined. We know that. But as far as assumed, the most all-stars from a single draft over the last 20 years, just for your own trivia knowledge, 2008, 2011. So we're going to go over under 4.5 all-stars total from this draft class. Lou, talk to me.
How many? Oh, man. I'll go over. I'll take the over on this.
Take that.
Yeah, I like it. Off the top of my head, I'm gonna say Cam Boozer is going to be an all-star out west. I'm looking at Wemby. I'm looking at Jokic. I may be missing somebody. But from a number standpoint, he might have an opportunity to represent. Caleb Wilson's going to have to win a ton of games to be considered out of Chicago. I think AJ gets a shot. If them guys start rolling out there, I know obviously Trae Young and AD, they're going to get first dibs at that.
Great point.
But if he can change everything and run some numbers and they are competitive, they might can get one or two guys out there. Now that's my hot take of the day. But all in all, I'm going over. I say 5. I'll take over.
It really makes you realize that 7 from those two classes is a lot. Like, when you start to go 4.5, you're like, oh, but 7's a lot, man.
Wait, is this all-stars this up and coming season?
No. Anytime,
no.
Boys,
Overall.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, I'm tripping. I drank the Kool-Aid a little bit. I might have been tripping. All right. But
no, you're not tripping.
Forever, yes. Give me the over again.
Okay, we're taking
I'm over too.
Boom.
I think those top 4 picks are all-star level talent. I think especially AJ in Washington and Darren in Utah, they're going to be on relevant teams immediately. Like, we're talking play-in, playoff teams, I think, as early as next year. And I think Cam Boozer's an absolute stud. And I think one of those guards, Darius Acuff, Wagler, Mikel Brown. Like, I love Nate Mint, who's going to have a great opportunity, kind of replacing, those big Giannis shoes in Milwaukee. Like, I think one of those sneak in. So I'm with Lou. I take the under here. I think this draft is just as talented as, that 08, 2011, which is my draft, was a great year. I think this is just as good. So I'm going to take the over.
And it's always a couple of guys that just come out of nowhere, right? Like that's not on the radar 100%. At all. That just absolutely kills it, and they become relevant. Look at what Austin Reaves just did. All the young guys out there that didn't get drafted, don't be discouraged. Listen, you still have an opportunity. Stay close to your agent. Stay in the gym. Stay by the phone, and stay ready. Your opportunity is still there.
It's my favorite story is when that happens, by the way. So I think we had a little technical difficulties. I believe we're bringing back Boogie, but I also know that Coach Cal is hooked up and ready to go, and we'll have some opinions on everything. What's going on? Good morning, sir. How are you?
Well, you guys don't give me, I have to get 9 numbers to get in, and then there's a passcode. You got the wrong guy.
Get what you times, Cal.
No,
Trust me.
On. I know how to open up an iPad, and I put some music on it. That's it. Don't have a computer, have no email. So if you FOIA me, freedom of information, I have none. If I have something important to talk about, I go in the bathroom and I turn on the water with whoever I'm talking to. But go ahead.
That's perfect. No, I'm with you. If it's not one click, I'm out. I can't figure it out. By the way, so Darius Acuff got drafted 7th overall, going to Sacramento. Talk to me about what we're going to see. What is Sacramento getting in him?
Well, you're talking about what I saw in the playoffs, okay? There was a foul. No, there was a foul on every bounce of the ball. And I kind of loved it, to be honest with you. I mean, it was really physical. You could not get open. You had to play through bumps. They were not bailing anybody out. If you thought you were going in there and falling to the floor, there was no call. He can play in that kind of game now. He can play through bumps. He can score it. He can pass it at the right time to the right guy. I think Sacramento got a steal at 7. Steal. But I also think the other two, Malik Thomas and Trevin Brazil, will outperform their draft position. And I think Darius will too.
Those are my favorite stories.
Yeah, Coach, as the draft goes and you hear about guys, their strengths and their weaknesses in their games, and one of the things that came up about Darius was his impact on the defensive end not being as strong as teams would like it. As his coach at the college level, how did you put him in the best positions possible for his defense or whatever that he lacked to be able to translate to the next level?
He was such a good scorer. I didn't give a shit about his defense. Let me just say,
hey, scoring is at a premium, Coach. Tell him the truth now.
But here's what I will tell you. I've already had this talk. I was in not only the final stuff, but the playoffs before that watching. If you are a target on defense, you can't stay in the game because they will weave and pick and roll and down screen until you switch on the ball and they're driving. So what New York did with Jalen, which was I kind of liked it, he would step up on a ball screen so high and then run back to his own man because he was not going to switch on the guy with the ball. And when he did get beat on the bounce and they had some help behind. But I told him, you don't want to be the target. You're good enough to defend. You're strong enough to defend. You're quick enough to defend. And if you can get by people on the bounce like you do, then you can stop them from dribbling by you. Biggest thing is your chest now. Back in the day, it was a hand check. It was a forearm. Now it is a chest bump. You drive, you got a chest. Well, you got to be strong enough to do that. He is. I don't think defense will be a problem. They just, everybody's got to get used to him. And I'm going to make a statement. I probably said this about DeMarcus when he went in the league. I said he'll be 20-10. Did I say that? I think I did. But I think so. But let me be fair. DeMarcus was my wife's favorite. Yay! I have no idea. And he knows this. She would say to me, "Quit yelling at DeMarcus."
And she was right.
And then he would come back and say, Miss Cal, keep telling him that. He yells at me all the time. Yell at somebody else. But I think he could be a 20 and 10. And the reason the 20 won't be an issue, the reason I'm saying 10 is because he can really pass and create for teammates. He just got to lock into that too.
Yeah.
Coach, were you surprised that 3 guards were taken ahead of Darius in the draft?
Oh, yeah. Now, normally I would say, all right, you guys are going to regret passing on him. I remember saying it about Maxey. How do you pass on Maxey? What were you thinking? And all this thing was, well, all our analytics and all the, were you not watching? I mean, but I'm not going to say it on this show that they're going to regret passing him because I've said it once or twice and I don't need to say it again. But yes, I was surprised.
Coach, speaking of guards, you sent a lot to the NBA, and obviously Darius is the next one up. What was the recruitment like for Darius with NIL and everything that's new at the collegiate level? Like, what was that recruitment like getting Darius Acuff to Arkansas?
It was easy because he wanted to play for me. So when I went in, Mom and Dad remembered the meeting, which was, one, body language got to change. Body language screams. It's got to change. You have to appear that you want to be coached. You have to learn to be a great teammate. Flow of the game, get people involved. You got to be a leader. You can't just be playing and locked into your own thing. And that's all we worked on. There were things, I didn't know there were some of the things he could do. And I let him go. You know why? Because he could make the play, so go make it. Yes. And late in the game, with 4 or 5 minutes to go, I'd ask him, where do you want the ball? How do you want this? What are you going to do? What do you see? And he could go do it. I think, again, the recruiting was easy. The NIL was easy. I just said, here's what we're going to do. And again, folks, I got to build a team. I can't give you everything. I have to have a team. And you can't have a team of 4 guys. So, and they were fine with it. They wanted to win.
Coach, surprise, Darius is here. We're going to bring him in right now because I do want to ask you, Coach, Darius, what's up? Congratulations, Mr. Acuff. How are you doing this morning?
Congrats, man.
How you doing?
How you doing? Bro. How you feeling?
Crazy, man. Got some sleep. Got some sleep now. I'm good, though. Just blessed.
All right,
get used to it. Your head gonna
be
spinning for a while now, dog. Get used to it.
A lot about to change right now. I want to ask you real quick, because Cal, you obviously have been responsible for sort of guiding young men into this league for a really long time. You've done it more than anyone, I think, at this point. And now Darius is just the latest. How much pride does that bring you?
No, I was so happy. And he knows I wanted him to go higher in the draft, but I said, okay, this is going to work. He's working and going to be with an owner that absolutely wants him. Scotty coached his dad. I mean, he's going to be looked after as he grows because part of this is going to be growth. But I got to tell you one thing, folks. He could have shut it down this year, and he did not. He could have shut it down because of his toe. And it wasn't crazy, but hard to run. It's hard to play with the speed you need to. It's hard to defend. The last 12 games, he played that way. Would not sit out a game. Had to keep him in a boot. He didn't practice some. That's who he is. He's not a guy, load management guy. He's not.
Great.
He's playing.
We love, as a fan and a viewer, we love hearing this, Darius. The process, people love the draft, right? Like there's so much pomp and circumstance, just the fashion, everything that comes with it. So what was your process like? Did you find yourself overwhelmed? Was it what you expected? Anything surprise you?
I wouldn't say nothing surprised me. It was everything I expected for sure. The whole process was just, I would say, if anything, a learning experience. Like I said earlier, Coach Cal prepares you for all of that. So it wasn't, I wouldn't say it was an easy transition, but it wasn't that hard to me. I was just taking in all the advice I was getting and, trying to have a good time.
Did you get asked anything weird that you remember? Like a weird question that stood out? Because sometimes people do.
No, I ain't get asked no weird, but I got told I was, some scout said he seen me somewhere out of town somewhere. I don't know. He seen me doing something. I don't know. It was weird though, but I don't know how he saw. He said he saw me in the mall or something talking to somebody.
Oh,
So,
wait, that was it? That's what he told you? Just like an observation?
That's the worst thing. You're in good shape.
Yeah, like, yeah, but it was just
right.
it was just weird because it was like it wasn't his town or nothing. He was just there for some reason. I'm like, all right.
Okay, that's crazy. That is crazy and weird.
Can I tell you one thing that made me mad? In the combine, he was the fastest player. Well, why the shit you didn't run like that for me? You didn't run that fast.
Because his toe hurt, Cal. His toe.
Yeah, you just told us.
Darius,
Oh my gosh.
Obviously, I had my time in Sacramento, and you absolutely love the fan base there. Let them know what kind of person you are. Do you have any hobbies outside of hoops?
Not really. I need some though. I kind of be staying in the house. I just stay in the house, man. I don't know why. I'm a house sitter. I kind of stay in the
It
house.
ain't even about that anyway.
man.
You gonna be all right.
Yeah, we love house playing. That's easy.
Yeah.
We'll get you some shows to watch.
Darius, my question to you is so you go to the draft and you go through the process and you're taken at Sacramento, like at 7. Did you had a feeling that you were going to go there and that you loved you have a good workout? Did you think you were going to go before, to LA or to Brooklyn? Like what was your thought process on draft night when they picked you at 7?
It was like I said, it was everything I wanted. Like that was a team, of course. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't think I was gonna make it there. I don't think none of us did. But it fell right into our hands. I'll say thank you to God for that for sure. Like Coach said, Coach Scott coached my dad in college, so just building that relationship with him over the last 4 years, it's been great. And we finally here. I'm fine. It's the NBA. I don't care what pick I'm getting. You make it to the NBA. That's a dream. So just being there, just getting selected, that was the best part for me.
Yeah.
Great mindset to have.
That's a Lou thought. Lou thinks that all the time.
Absolutely. But how would you describe your game? Do you feel like pound for pound you're the best scorer in this draft?
Yeah, for sure. Because I feel like I could do it in different ways. I think ball screen. I think I had a lot of ISO buckets for sure. Like end of half shots. But I feel like I can do different things to different people in the class, and I just go out there and play with a bigger heart than everybody else. And when you got a coach like Coach Cal that let you rock out, you got to show out a little bit.
Yeah.
Ain't many to say I let him rock out. Most of them say I held him back.
It must be nice, Darius. Must be nice.
Raised 2 hands. DeMarcus says 2 hands. He held me back. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, Coach, he does have the highest point average of any guard any player that you've ever coached. Is he the best scorer that you've had so far? All of the guys that you've had.
Look, I've had so many good players, so many lottery picks. DeMarcus, most of them say I held him back. Bam had 83 in a pro game. He didn't score 83 for me. Devin Booker had 72 in a pro game against the Celtics. I mean, no, and every player is different. As a big guy, DeMarcus was as much a 4 as he was a 5. But when he was playing for me, he better rebound and he better block shots and he better. And then I had to get Darius because he could have scored another 10 a game. But he knows I was on him. You're passing the ball. You got to get these people involved. He got Malik Thomas. I sat them 2 down and I said, Darius, you got to get him going. He'll find spots, get him the ball. And then all of a sudden he takes off. So he's different. Maxey was different. John Wall was different. Eric Bledsoe was different. Derrick Rose was different.
Wow.
They all had their own way, but you know what? They all made it. And in the league over the years, I think our kids have made over $6 billion. $6 billion.
Damn.
No, I mean, it's ridiculous. And it's funny when you go over it, DeMarcus's wave, they just didn't make as much as the guys make now.
Fair. He tells us all the time.
Or the number would be 12 billion. I mean, because you're talking him and John Wall and Derrick Rose and some of these guys, max deals. But here's what I would say. This kid's on a path because he loves the game and he loves the process. Do you know he didn't have a car? He did not have a car. He never
Arkansas?
left his room. He didn't go home for Christmas because he wanted to work out. That was
Darius.
not DeMarcus Cousins. That was not DeMarcus Cousins. No way.
I didn't go home or have a car. What are we talking about?
Oh, I love this so much.
I bought my own first car.
He has the greatest mom in the world, right? She says, I'm moving to Lex. After a month, I see her packing up. Am I right, DeMarcus? Packing up the bed. They're all leaving. I go, Miss Cuz, where are you going? She says, you got this. He respects you, and you're not afraid of him. I'm out. I don't need to be here.
I love
it.
Good. I love it.
But listen, he was either took an Uber or I didn't even know his mom and dad were in town. Did I? Darius, I didn't even know they were around. And all of a sudden, here's this kid. He just loves the game. You know, you're doing it for cars and houses and play the game. That stuff comes. And he's going to, I think the culture in SAC will begin to change. Just surround him with people like him who love playing, love winning. I'll say one other.
Uh-oh. We lose Coach? We might have lost Coach. Yeah, we might have lost Coach. Or maybe you lost me.
Wi-Fi, man.
I know. You can tell. It's just not working. Oh, we lost both of them. Oh, son of a mother. You know what I wanted to ask Coach about?
So many other questions.
Well, he was at that 29-point Knicks comeback.
We lost Boogie. We lost everybody.
What is happening right now? Are we playing a game? Is this like
back to the original three?
Hold on.
I'm out of here. See you guys.
Oh, Darius is still here?
I don't see him.
Oh, I love. Okay, thank goodness, Darius. We just lost it. Hey, Coach is back. You know what? I give up. I want to ask you, Darius, real quick.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Lou.
No, I just wanted to ask him. I've been seeing the relationship that you forged with AI, and man, he did so much for me as a young guy in the league. That was somebody I looked up to. So we part of the same family tree. How did you guys forge a relationship?
It happened at his classic game. That was kind of the week I announced that I was signing on Reebok, and they gave me the Player of the Year. I got the MVP of that game, and just throughout that whole week, he just kept it 100. He keep it 100 with you. That's why I respect him so much. He just told me go out there and be a dog first and play every game like it's your last. And when you look back on his career, that's how he played. So for him to tell that to me, it was just a blessing. But just over the years, he's just been great. He's just been a great role model to me, and I look up to him for sure.
Well, I'm gonna tell you now, he's gonna nickname you after some kind of dog. I don't know what kind of dog, but when I came in, he said I was a puppy, and when I left, I was a Great Dane. So he gonna give you something like that.
I think that's a compliment.
That's a great compliment. Great Danes rule. Real quick, guys, I know we're up against it, but Coach, fun fact, with Darius now going 7th overall, all-time record for most lottery picks. My one question, and Boogie can answer this too.
Hell yeah.
Do you get gifts from everybody for the holidays? Like you just said, $6 billion out there rolling around. Like, do you get presents from these guys?
If I take them to dinner, they make me pay. I said, you're making $50 million a year.
DeMarcus.
His gift comes on the 1st and the 15th of every month.
Yeah, it's exactly right. And I let all these guys know, thank you, because you've done right by me and my family. Just one thing with DeMarcus. So should I leave or should I go? And I said, if you want to do what's right for you and your family, put your name in that draft. If you want to do what's right for me and my family, why don't you stay 2 more years? So
that's what you could have done. No, don't do it, Darius. You're in it now. I can't wait to talk to you after your first season or in your first season. You get your welcome to the NBA moment, Darius. We'll look forward to that. You, Coach, best of luck to Arkansas this season. Guys. We'll definitely talk to you again.
I need that sack jersey too.
Good. It's on it.